Last time on the Empire's Edge. This is going to come to a head pretty soon. I don't know. I don't think it'll be a direct fight.
You can see that this person's, apparently their symbol for their name is that same symbol for that steel cloud recognition. The other one is being referred to as both Den and Dendrick.
Like where she has her name there to put my name in there, and I'll do one of the other steel cloud signs that means something like, I don't know, friend.
Treadstone. Yes, I know who you are.
We might be needing to call upon any forces that are friendly to us to rally against them.
With the Baron are truly small in number, but I fear they might be powerful. Now, have you heard anything about those that are missing? So she said these people are missing. Any reaction to that?
Aside from like the visual one that doesn't work really well on a podcast, because I bet my eyes would open wider, my mouth would drop a gape slightly.
Is there any commonality between the people that are missing? Is there anything?
Yeah, who is missing?
They would have been loyal to the previous Baron. They were good people, good townspeople, even people apparently who are among the guards.
Do you have any idea how many are missing, and when did this start?
A good 100 days ago, something like that. So a few months.
Right when we went underground. Oh my gosh.
It looks as though it was people that were not particularly vocal and speaking out against the young Baron, but it's people that were reminding everyone of how we used to live here in Worland. And then they started disappearing. They started going away. This was also around the same time that more and more Zreks were coming into the area. I'm trying to fashion some sort of a connection between the two. I'm thinking that way. I'm feeling that way, but I still need to gather more information.
What about the context of their going missing? Is it like ransacking the apartment and they're missing, or just didn't show up to work one day and there's no sign?
More like the second. It's as though that they were just walking the street one evening, came back from wherever they were having a meal or a drink, and then just never make it home.
Does it always happen at night?
It does.
That's interesting. Remember those griffins we saw?
The gargoyle things?
Yeah, the gargoyle things.
Way back in Carnkedle you're talking about?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's something that's happening at night.
I thought that happened in the broad daylight.
Are you posting guards at night?
I keep a watch at night, but I've not even communicated this to the guards that I suspect were loyal to the previous Baron. I just don't know where some of those loyalties lay. What I need is a person inside the castle. I'm working on doing some recruiting for Steel Cloud, but it's not an easy process in these changing situations here.
Does anyone come to mind? Because we've ran into a few of the previous guard that seem, or at least the way that they reacted to how we've been treating the Baron thus far, or even the Baroness herself. Mm-hmm. Would any names like that immediately jump out to us as someone who we might think would be a good one to put in touch with the Steel Cloud?
I wouldn't think so. That's an interesting idea, but I'd be too afraid that they could have already been gotten to by someone else. The Zrek, I believe, are not simply enforcing their will, but I think they also have magical means to break people down.
Do they? I wonder if they have magical means of like convincing people in the first place, like some sort of a way of changing the way that they're thinking, making them friendly to themselves beyond what they would typically, how they would treat those individuals.
Yeah, well, like we just got charmed by the dragon. I wonder if there's something.
I was about to say speak for yourself, but that was just the two of us.
Yeah.
The one person who can say that I have a steel will is probably saying that, but he's in the castle right now.
Well, it's not a matter of steel will. It's that I'm literally immune to being charmed.
So at that point, Dendrick says, we've been just talking here for too long. I'm going to get a drink and then just leave and go somewhere else. So I don't want to have any further exposure to the two of you that might make a connection here. Good game. And she turns and walks toward the bar to get another drink.
Did I win? I don't.
No.
Dang it.
You didn't finish the game.
I was going to say, I'm the archer. Was I winning at least? All
so
right.
let's finish the game so, it doesn't, we don't
she's
raise any suspicion.
She's already walked away.
Well, you two can sit there playing games.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, so to put a gap between when she walks away from us and us just leaving so it doesn't look like it was a clandestine meeting, we'll play a game, maybe have another drink, assuming it's not poison. And then
dregs.
Dregs.
It's not poisoned, it's just backwash.
It's just bad. Yeah. So you have to kind of
that's right. This was a really, really seedy bar.
Yeah.
This was the worst of the three, and all three were pretty dang bad.
Yeah. This is the Ort and dregs.
The trough was the fancy place.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to actually drink my drink. I may make it look like I'm drinking my drink, but I don't want to drink this. And I think I could pour it on the floor
shoulder
with nobody noticing.
Into the plant, and the plant dies comedically like a second later.
So you guys finishing
consistent with her backstory, it bursts into flames.
You're finishing.
Space Puffs.
You're finishing your drink in the game. However, you're finishing your drink. And let's switch to Boris inside the castle. So you get to that meeting, you're brought in. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of fanfare. It's like there's not a lot of, they're probably still in their mind putting in quotation marks the very Duke of Southland, but you're not given accommodation that would give you any kind of authority in this meeting. It seems more like, well, I guess he's supposed to be here and he knows strategic stuff. But he was very disagreeable, so I'm sure they don't know quite what to do with you.
Yeah,
and so
we have to invite him, but man, we don't want him here.
Yeah, I think they had to invite all of you because his own father, rose you to the noble class, and he just isn't quite in a position where he can just ignore the things his own father has done.
Right.
So, Boris, as you get to you're escorted, you know where the room would be, but you're escorted there, a guard opens the door for you, and you step in, and there are a handful of nobles. It wouldn't take you a moment to recognize some of their heraldic devices, to recognize that they are people either from, a little surprising, well, not so surprising, I should say, from the southern boundaries of Manhurst Duchy in the Confederation of Duchies, but then there's also a couple that are from the fringe, which would be the very region where the fighting has been the absolute worst. So as to why they'd have somebody here and not there, it's a whole different can of worms as to say, why would some of those houses have some representative here?
Right.
But they are. And then there's also people you identify as being Zrek.
Right. Theocents or Reclavinians with these people?
You would think these would be Reclavinians.
Neat.
So
it's a great big party of dirty frickin' traitors.
Yeah, from Boris's point of view, that's the bad guys in the Civil War back in his homeland.
I'm nice and heavily armored. My positions are known. All right, yeah, I'm just going to mash up the room then.
So when you walk in, he's like, oh, wonderful, finally. Sir Boris. Like he's not sure what to call you exactly.
Yeah, they'd all know how I'm supposed to be addressed, so I'd ignore that and... Roderick, your company continues to disappoint me.
We are all nobles here, and this is a planning meeting. I want things to be where, in essence, all hats are off, all insignias are off. This is to talk strategy for the betterment of the region, which I'm sure you could appreciate. So, let us begin. And he goes into this talk that lasts for a good 40 minutes, all about strategy and economics. And after a while, he starts to just sort of meander in a direction. And then one of those Rex bends down close to his ear and says something. And he says, right, of course. Now, disposition of forces. I'm for sending a force directly to Weldon, a large contingent strike force, to bring the area under a secure guidance.
They are under my guidance.
Of course. So the then maybe strike force would be the wrong term, but we have to have some kind of a force along the roads in order to make it a more safe passage. The area between bugbears and wolves, bears, gricks, other things, it is truly a dangerous place. We need to have some sort of a contingent that can get us all the way there and then get people back. Not everyone's made for the deeps of the Brimroar. They need protections of some sort, guard posts along the way. And there's no one better to build that sort of things than guards themselves and to acclimate themselves along that way. All right, then. So, and then he once again continues with his own talk with those people.
Yeah, he's got a point. So I have no intention of saying anything to that the region doesn't need to be made secure. It's just for whom we disagree.
Right. So, and what you get out of all of this is that the force that he's talking about, as you find yourself listening to his plan, it would make total and complete sense if it was in a totally developed area of a barony.
Yeah.
That so everything he's saying, it's difficult to disagree with because it does make logistical, economic sense, for the protection of his barony. It's really a question of just how much over there, when it was his father, you were going there, and he's like, okay, and so let's expand that. It's nominally my territory, but it just hasn't really been in practice. How do we extend in that direction? And so it has happened, but politically it's changed the way, from what his father was saying to what his son is saying. but you are getting an idea that whatever this force is, it seems a little larger than it needs to be, but you are getting that they are planning on going right along the roads, that they're not sending runners out ahead. They'll probably have a van of some sort, an outward guard, but that they're moving right on the road that's been established that leads up toward Hiller, and then from Hiller to Shepton, then from Shepton to Weldon. So he's following that route along the way and seems very comfortable in saying that. Do an insight on him, if you would.
And that's a 13 from me and less than that from Masood.
Yeah, that 13 was fine.
You have an invisible imp on your shoulder.
It's not an imp. But yes.
You will get the idea that he doesn't believe that it's possible for anyone to do anything, that once he sends this force out, that there isn't a force that could possibly oppose him. And they're also not in any way, any kind of a position that it could be intercepted. So he feels very confident in moving this group out.
Well, plus side, the Stump's bluntness is very useful to the good guys in this. And then from that, it seems like these wrecks have very poor intelligence about the actual disposition of both Weldon and Shepton then.
Right. Well, and if you recall, I forget who related it, but it does seem that when there was an influx of Zarek in the Worland area, it doesn't seem as though anything of that had changed in the Weldon area. So it does seem as though that the Zareks are somewhat blind into those, the deeper Brimroar areas.
Yeah.
When this thing finally ends, it's a couple of hours later, that he's made all the decisions that he wants to, took advice from various people, but it was almost just in logistics and support. But it does seem clear he's setting this thing out just as soon as he can, within probably the next couple of days.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then he dismisses that meeting by your leave, looking over toward you again. And
gesture approval.
And then the whole thing breaks up.
All right. Depending on what time it is, either they'll be back in their rooms or they'll be returning to Castle. So
yeah, we're probably back. I mean, we were just going to play a quick game and have a drink so it didn't look suspicious.
Right. It's just a matter of that timing with me waiting 30 minutes going to the meeting and you looping all the way through the city a couple times.
We walked the entire... We went bar crawling. I've already said that would have taken a couple hours.
I think you have to drink to have it considered a bar crawl.
Oh, I don't
you got to
know.
be crawling
If
by
I got,
the end.
if I got on all my hands and knees, I'm pretty sure I don't have to drink. When I get back there, is there any sort of an indication that anyone... do you want any rolls to make sure that we do stealthily get back to the castle or into it without issue?
That would make sense, unless you have some kind of a clandestine way where you're going to...
Do we
I was going to don my plot
walls
armor and just assume it was going to happen.
Do we want them not to know? Because I could cast the Pass Without Trace again.
Y'all snuck out in the first place.
We did that to get out. We used Pass Without Trace to get out. I think it only seems reasonable to use it to get back in.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so yeah, Pass Without Trace, which gives us a plus 10. Was that what it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
All right, so go ahead and roll those against my
20.
guard's passive perception.
20.
Yeah, that was your
Natural 20.
natural, but that was at plus.
Plus 10.
So 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and then plus whatever your stealth
plus your
is.
regular stealth.
1,000,000.
Dang.
Yeah, so...
You're good at stealth, man. Why are you a Ranger
Very
Rogue when
close.
she's that
Yeah,
sneaky?
Exactly. Why do I try anything?
Right, so you guys do get back up. You're actually upstairs. You're thinking, wow, either we're really that good, we are that good, or security here just sucks.
I feel like I'm really
column A,
sneaking into the
little
room
column
and
B.
doing all this, and then I lean over, and like, all right, come in, and she's right behind me, I'm here, ah!
Or you turn over your left shoulder, say, come on, and she's not there. You turn, and she just passed your right shoulder, and she's right in front of you. Go.
So
How'd you get there?
what are our observations as we're coming in? Because I would think somebody like Roderick would have pretty darn tight security.
There
He's
would
such
be.
a paranoid
it's just
little...
so crazy. You guys so totally blew the DC out of the water that it would look something.
I'm making faces because I rolled very low.
Yeah, but the total number is
yeah.
you are that skilled. So it would look like this, that as you guys are coming back toward the castle, you can see he has pickets that are, moving around the outside perimeter, and there's guards right up there in the front, that you would have gone up to them and, past seeing where they were going, that as a person turns, they're getting a drink of water while they're on guard. You just walked right past them as they ducked back in again. And then as you went into the building itself, there's a guard on perimeter in the lower portion. As he turned right, you guys turned left, went to the staircase, went up, up around to the next one. There's a guard there. As he turned into one of the side passages, you walked past him up to the next flight and then turned the corner down the hall into yours.
So there's plenty
I
of
assumed it
guards
went out the
around.
window,
We're
but
just
that
good.
makes more sense.
But you just kept dodging this way and dodging that way,
Got
just
it.
watching
Well, that's because
them
you did go out the window the last time.
when you left. Yeah. So yeah, you just dodged them the whole way coming.
Oh yeah, we got to
out.
be careful. Didn't you set an
I
alarm spell?
did the alarm ever go off? Did anyone even come down our hallway at any point while we were gone?
No, you had you were in ranging the whole time. It's long. It's like a mile or something, isn't it? Yeah.
Same plane.
I see.
Same plane. Yeah.
I think the anticipation is they wouldn't expect you to be able to get too far from the place that you set your alarm at.
And you have it set as the ding in your head, and not
Yeah.
like there's a bell ringing that anybody could hear, right?
Yeah,
You don't want them to know that it's ringing, right.
But because I think when you set it, you can set it to a spot within 100 feet of you, or something close to that,
right.
or 30 feet of you.
The range is 30 feet. A mental ping alerts you if you're within a mile.
Oh, there you go.
So you were never out of that range. So no, nothing is disturbed. That it's still set. Duration is also something crazy.
8 hours.
Yeah. So it's still running. You guys can walk past yourself without setting the thing
I know.
off.
I'll keep that because I would like to know if someone tries to walk into my room when I'm asleep.
Yeah, sure.
To word the stealth another way, advantage is a +5 bonus. So you guys mechanically had double advantage on the stealth checks.
So you did just an amazing rogue sort of thing back into this place.
Sneaky.
And very soon after that, you can hear, because it won't ping in your head for Boris, I don't think, because it's like you make it so it excludes the three of you.
I don't think I can set it to exclude
so
a
then
particular
No,
person.
you can set excluded creatures.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so.
Well, I wouldn't want to exclude. I don't know how it distinguishes that because I don't want to say like, oh yeah, Boris wouldn't set it off. Oh, so if Boris doesn't set it off, most humans won't. And then I don't know.
You pick the creatures.
oh,
The spell says you pick creatures that don't trigger it.
oh, well, there you go. I picked that creature that's sitting at the end of the table, staring at me with a smug smile on its face.
Okay, so but what about Boris?
So
If Victor
can
gets
walk by all
anywhere
the
close
time,
to where I sleep, I want to know.
So
Oh, then you don't want to set me as an excluded creature because now I can just sneak into your room in the middle of the night.
You smell different than you think. All right.
So I was going to say Victor instead of Boris. So within minutes, let's say, Boris shows up, and I would imagine you don't get a ping, but you can just hear him out there in the hallway. Open the door, and you guys
sounding like 10 tons of saucepans moving around.
So you guys are in the it's your old armor. I forgot.
Yeah.
The local armor. So you are
10 tons of saucepans is like the best. I don't know why.
I'm still partial to a timpani full of hamburger when I was falling down the stairs in the apiary of bad decisions.
So whose room do you go into to talk about what's happening here?
Well, I just got back, so it seems like I'd be the least settled down. So mine.
All right, so
then.
everybody goes into Boris's room. So what do you guys talk? What do you share?
Yeah, well, first, is there
first.
anything that we can do to make sure that we're safe to share here, that we're not being listened to?
I cast everyone can't hear what I say. What's the
I cast
the cone of-
silence and then forget that we can't talk in the area either.
Chief? I request the cone of silence. I don't have any secretive spells, but I think we'll know.
I don't have any secret anything.
Yeah, we know if anyone will be coming down the hallway. What with the alarm spell? The only
Well,
thing
we know they come within. Depends on how far the area is covered. Maximum 20 feet.
foot, yeah.
Because it's a 20-foot
20
cube,
foot cube.
is the max area warded.
So long as we're not yelling our secret plans, I think we should be fine in the current situation.
Okay.
Unless were you planning on yelling your secret plans?
No, I was just thinking that they could.
She's just going to set the
can't
trash
they-
can on
I mean,
fire.
is there in this world? Are there spells you can
Well,
use
sure,
to
but
kind
Oh,
of
yeah, of
scrying
course.
stuff?
Razia wizards were all about scrying. As far as you know, the Zrex weren't doing that kind of stuff. But then things could change.
You got the
too.
wand though. You can detect. Well, we already swept all the rooms when we first got here.
You sure
so
did, yeah.
we haven't done it since, but we know that no one came in here while we were gone, so we wouldn't have a reason to sweep it again. At least not that I can think of.
Okay.
Just a basic knowledge of how the scrying spell works, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to sweep the room anyway. I'm going to hit detect magic, do a quick room sweep to see if anybody put any little scrying eyes or whatever you do to do that.
Okay, great. So after a handful of minutes, you determine that your rooms are clear.
All right. So now we can talk. What's the word?
The Baron is sending a force to Weldon, claiming it being a policing force for the roads, but it's almost definitely a sacking force.
Oh.
And I'd relay numbers and timetable.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
Do we want to
because
join?
I think because of tree stride, we can wait until they're there. We can pop out of a tree,
Yeah, we can go
take care of the entire force, and then be back here by dinner.
Yeah, we could ambush them. It will not by dinner because she's only got the one spell slot.
Oh yeah, true. By lunch the next day.
All right. So, and then what do you relate to Boris?
All about the well, first that there is Seal Cloud present here, so we have
That's
allies that we all we have to do is call upon them. They can help us. Numbers aren't nearly
But
as great.
he doesn't have anybody inside the castle.
She.
She doesn't have anybody inside the castle. She's been trying to, but a lot of people have been disappearing. People who are were at one point loyal to the Baron are disappearing at night.
And like
Interesting.
not like they're being taken from their homes, just
vanishing.
they didn't
Right.
make it back from wherever they went.
Yeah, and I'd share with them the leaving a silver for the guards as kind of there might be a potential like parallel to Steel Cloud forming on its own.
Yeah, something of an underground among the guards.
Mm-hmm.
So are we going to be part of this force that's going to Weldon?
I can't imagine the Baron would choose us to be involved with it, since
Well,
he probably
he doesn't-
blames us for
he
the fact
doesn't
that
get
it
a
exists
choice.
the way it is.
because Boris is a bigger Baron.
The bigger Baron.
Duke.
Boris is the Duke.
Oh,
So that was not determined at the meeting. That was not even said.
No.
He did not offer you a place to, ride in the van
Well, and
or
I would choose to or not to. I'd rather hit them from the other direction.
Okay, so
That-
us go to Weldon and
Yeah, that we maneuver, I think, first to Carn Keldley, arrange a force to attack into Worland from there and pacify Worland and Roderick, and then
how many people do we think we
maneuver
could get?
down to Weldon.
Like,
should we?
with your one casting of Tree Stride, did we ever like do the math that we could figure out like how many people we could fit through there? Because it takes 5 feet movement to get through there, but like if it's one round long, everyone takes one movement to get to the tree, and then 5 feet to get like into the other side. Did we ever like do the math? Like how big of a group could we take with us if we try to rally as many troops?
I don't
as
think we ever did the
possible?
math exactly.
We haven't
on
done the
that.
math.
Yeah.
The simple answer is a lot.
As many as necessary. Because I don't think it's like a door forms on. I think you could approach the tree from any side.
Any direction,
so,
right? Yeah.
So long as you're within 2 moves of the tree, I think we can get a sizable, probably at least 100 folks. Couple, maybe.
Do we want to wait till I have that spell again tomorrow morning, or do we want to leave tonight?
Well, I think we want to do. You said reconnaissance at Carn Keldley, right? Because that's where we have
Yeah,
more
and
forces.
arrange the army to attack from kind of normally the southwest as we're recruiting a force down in like Weldon and like Shepton and those areas.
Yeah,
So we'd need to tree stride there, or it's just not time effective. That we'd be getting to Carn Keldley, a day ahead of the troop arriving in
because
Weldon.
what is the travel time from here to Weldon? Do we know?
On the roads, like 3 days.
Okay, yeah. So we would have. And was there any talk in there as far as when this caravan would be heading out?
Sounds like in the morning.
Oh, darn. Do you have the casting of it tonight? Or no,
not-
because
I
we
don't
got
have
here this
that.
morning.
I
yeah.
have Dimension Door. That's only 500 feet, and I can only take one person with me.
So you'd have to sleep.
Okay.
If we want to do it,
Logistically, we have to.
Yeah, so we would do it like we would take a long rest now, first thing in the morning, ditch to Carn Keldley,
Right.
gather forces, gather troops, and then another long rest, go to Shepton or somewhere in the
Weldon.
area, Weldon, somewhere in the area to warn them and prepare forces there.
Maybe send a sending to them to start moving from Shepton to Weldon.
Okay.
right? Yeah. Well,
Or actually, could you send 2 sendings?
yeah.
We can do that
One
now,
to like Carl Graves in Shepton saying, "Hey, be ready for a fight. They're coming. Send your non-fighty types to Weldon." Then the other 2 Arch Deerskinner and say, "Hey, fight incoming. Start sending your troops to Shepton. Send your non-fighting folk to." Do we have a name for that manor or house or whatever it was that I took over where Astari was?
Yes, it is called Blairock Manor.
Nice.
Yes, Blairock
Nice.
Manor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Who
have,
came up with
I
that
have-
one? If he's saying nice, did he not name his own house, or was that just like a placard that we didn't see over the front door?
That'd be like an old Carn Keldley or even potentially Old Bravis kind of name to it.
Okay.
If I
So
have it,
just like stuff we noted in the
Yeah.
carvings
In the
as we were
the
descending.
petroglyphs that you were able to read. Yeah.
Okay.
if sending is a 3rd level spell, can I use a 4th level spell to do it?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And then because
So then we can send a couple more messages if we
Yeah.
wanted to.
good, because I was going to say if you're sending 2 of those already, we might want to go ahead and alert Carn Keldley, maybe Mr. Sage, that we are on it, because did we go there already? We went there.
No.
No, we haven't gone there
done
yet.
that. I sent him messages.
We have been there before, yes, but we haven't talked to them recently. So go ahead and let them know that we're going to be on our way. So that way, maybe they can do whatever work ahead of us
Start
getting
pulling
there.
troops together before.
Right.
So that way, when we get there, it's less of finding people and more just telling them what they were going to be getting into, and then waiting 24 hours. Or
Okay, big-
16
Got it.
hours.
Big
and
wheels,
taking
big
over.
machine. So
Any other sending messages we need to send?
The Graves to
Got
send their non-combatants to Weldon. Weldon's to send their combatants to Shepton and their non-combatants, then the ones they get from Shepton to Blairrock Manor. And then one of the bugbears to tell them, hey, we'd have called you into this fight, but you're too far away.
protect the
Make sure
non-combatants.
the squishies don't get smashed.
Got it. Okay, so that's
and I
a
guess
fourth message.
logistically,
then.
they would like be meeting them somewhere along that way.
I'd assume.
Yeah, that
They're-
makes sense.
They're
Okay.
paladins. They're decent folk.
They can.
Got it.
They'll figure it
So
out.
that's 3, and then it's either 1 or 2 more to communicate with Fleetwood and or Mr. Sage.
I think we should send it to both.
Yeah.
So,
Does
Okay.
Fleetwood know about the operations of Mr. Sage in his own city?
I think he knows that he's there, that he operates there, but he's not really brought him into, say, his government.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I think
That Mr. Sage can still operate.
he knows
very-
there's
very loosely.
something.
Yeah.
He'd probably go more towards Larkin Silk because I think Mr. Sage very dutifully maintains his "I'm just an apothecary, leave me alone."
Yes.
stance.
Whereas
Yeah,
Silk is
that's why I
known
think-
is a known person. He's strong. He kind of owns part of
A
the
known
city.
mover. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, which
that's
I mean,
why I think
I'm
we
not-
should send 2 messages so we don't out Mr. Sage because he'd have to go and talk to somebody
Yeah,
else.
so
then.
if you want to target Silk, I think that's fine as well. Because I was planning, if we're going there, I have to talk to him anyway. There's no reason I could visit and not. there's no way I can go to Carnkeldy and not visit him at least.
Right.
How rude
Get
that would be.
shot at.
Yeah, right?
How rude.
How rude.
You walk in
All
all
right,
bold.
Just so we all know, that
Hey.
takes care of all my 3rd level spells and all but one of my 4th level spells. So
Oh,
we might want to
hopefully
go
we
to
don't have a
sleep.
lot of fights while we're
We
asleep.
might
Yeah,
want to go to
right.
sleep.
All right.
Yeah. So plans are set. The sendings are cast.
Are we going to send them all the same message with just the added customization of "Dear Mr. Sage, we are going to"?
Yeah, I think it's all
Yeah.
basically
Well,
the
I-
same
yeah.
message.
Yeah.
Um,
Explaining the logistics and
Yeah.
specific directions where it's necessary for move people this way.
Right.
Yeah.
move
To
people
whom
that
it
way.
may concern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We know who it's addressed to and we know who it's from just by dint of the spell. So
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't need to add a salutation or a
Yeah.
conclusion.
And the other thing with that is, do we get any like sort of responses that gives us any differing information from how we expect that area to already be? Like, same thing I said, like,
Oh, yeah, that's a good
let's go visit
question.
Drew. But if Drew comes back and says, the fire, it burns, then we don't want to go there. Do we get that from any of these other places that we've sent
No,
messages
you
to?
don't.
Okay.
The greatest thing would be probably the most would be from Shepton with the Graves. That they seem like most alarmed because they've been like the most isolationist and have had very little impact from things apart from like lizards out there in the woods. But suddenly being on the move and maybe turning themselves into a total armed camp once again seems to have shocked them. Arch Deerskinner, he is like on board. He's like, all right, we'll start things moving right now. And then for
I was thinking like Larkin Silk would come back and says, "Who gave you this number?"
This is a secure channel. How'd you get this number?
Larkin Souls be concerned because he spent so much time trying to maintain his power resources in Carnkeldy, and then all of a sudden that became easy. That there weren't fights in Carnkeldy the same ways what there were, but that he is all about rallying whatever kind of a force he'd be able to rally, and he's very, very kind of closed about what that might be. Miles Fleetwood, it's like there's like hesitation in what he's saying.
This is what's going on. We'll be there in a bit. We'll explain when we get there.
Yeah, but
Just
he's
roll
like,
with us for a
and
sec.
he's like, what does this do to my city?
Sorry,
I'm
that
not
was
sure.
a funny name. Little Snow Whitey there, Miles Fleetwood.
It was almost like a immigrant song.
And then who else did you send to? Mr. Sage.
And the bugbears.
Yeah.
And the I talked about Silk.
Did we choose?
We sent to Larkin Silk, not
Yeah, I
Mr.
think
Sage,
we
Yeah.
decided against
because
them.
they're both steel cloud, so we only need to tell one anything.
Right, and the bugbears, they're mobilizing the totality of their forces, and they're on their move.
Nice.
Yeah. So everything is moving. So you guys go into your rooms, lock doors, go to sleep, rest. And so any other plans or things you're doing?
Yeah. Do
No.
we need to set a guard here? We have your alarm.
We have the alarm spells
Usu
going
doesn't
on,
sleep.
and Osu doesn't sleep.
yeah,
Good.
but that's good for you. What about the rest of us?
You feel like Osu couldn't wake all of us up.
Yeah, Usud is very capable of speaking if we just need like something loud to wake us up. And even then, when Usud goes, "Hey human, wake up!" in my head, I'm then going, what's the issue? And presumably smacking whatever the issue is with a hammer while making loud, shouty Uko noises.
Noted.
Okay.
Do not ever wake Boris up.
Really?
Well, not telepathically with, crap, he's about to stab you. There's very different. There's like, hey, Boris, wake up. The food's ready.
It's your shift.
As opposed
Write
to
that down. The best sending message you could ever do is just messing with Boris when he's asleep.
if you want to get clonked with a hammer, I mean, yeah,
Stand
okay.
for our way when you do it. Write that down too.
All right, so that's all set. The I'm guessing you lock yourself in. That would make sense too. And you get yourself all ready and you go to sleep. Let's see. Do this like one person at a time. Jacob,
Yes.
your eyes snap open because the door opens.
Did my alarm
We
spell go
locked
off?
the door.
The alarm does not go off. Now, do a quick reference. What would make an alarm spell not go off? So that's happening with you, Zelen. I want you to
It's
roll.
tiny foes.
I want you to
Midgets.
roll a 6-sided die, and before you roll it, tell me if you want even or if you want odd.
Even.
Okay.
I rolled odd.
Okay. You are sleeping.
Forever?
It was
just,
nice knowing
just
you.
currently, yes. And Boris, you are awakened by Usud, who is saying to you, almost think we guys were joking just a moment ago. Someone's coming to stab you.
Yeah.
That there's
Hammer
somebody
in arm reach.
entering the room with knife in hand. And the only other thing you get from that, Jacob and Boris, and because you guys are in separate rooms, of course, that this person, like the door opening, moving, that who's ever entering the room, that they are moving so stealthily. If it wasn't for your innate ability to be aware, Jacob, and for a suit
You're
in
so
your ear,
paranoid. Your paranoia wakes you up.
that you would not, even right now, you don't
I
hear
have
it.
an angel from God sent to watch
I have
over
a
me.
passive perception of 19. How am I sleeping through this?
You were very tired.
That must be it. All right.
And apparently you drank more than you thought.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so
So, yeah,
both
grabbing hammer and moving to attack, shouting awaken,
Both-
and then presumably assassin, if I'm seeing the
both
knife.
Jacob and Boris, go ahead and roll units for me.
We
Okay.
all, the way that works is we all roll in its. They've got a surprise round on her.
Oh, okay. I got
Oh,
you.
that's what you're saying. Yes, yeah. Okay, so Zelen, you roll the unit too.
Nice.
What'd you get?
22.
Oh, wow.
As high as I get.
16. Did you just punch the air?
No, I caught a fly.
And what'd you roll, Zelen?
13.
Shenanigans. Show me the fly.
Oh, no, I can't because it missed.
Was that someone's stomach?
That was much stuff. Did it register on this?
No, but I heard that.
Registered in your ear.
It sounded like the most glum. Aw.
Well, it's
It actually rolled pretty well. So I'm not complaining.
kind of in the same token of how we all freaked out at Mom for punching the microphone when that didn't make it into the recording, just us freaking out randomly at...
Oh, did any of the slaps get through?
No.
Oh,
No, none of them did.
Look at me.
We
I
just
took
all
better
just
notes
go-
than I thought I did.
We just all go, wah, at her.
Well, that one time. The rest of the time, she smacks her mic, and I just make a note quietly. And every other time that she does it, so if it doesn't get through, people are like, what the heck was that? Did I run something? If they're listening to the car, did I just run something over?
Yeah, if they quickly hit like a pothole.
Exactly.
Did I get points for whatever that was?
Just turn my microphone to a speed bag. You're going to think that you're driving off the worst roads in America.
Well,
Yes.
you might be in Georgia, yeah.
So
Yeah.
very, very top. It's going to be Boris at 22.
All right. I assume I can see whatever shenanigans is trying to kill me.
And it's probably dark in here. There's probably not like light in that way. So
Don't
Do you
you know the
remember
truth?
who
I
I
do
am?
remember who you are. Yes. So yes, you can. It is
Yeah.
dark in the room, but you do see there is a man-sized bipedal
I can see
approaching
perfectly in natural and magical darkness to a range of 120 feet.
approaching the bed. He has a weapon drawn.
Okay, yeah. Grabbing hammer, which
He
is next
doesn't
to
seem to
bed.
be aware that. Okay, so he's now aware as you're moving.
He's going to be aware as I rattle his teeth loose.
All right, so
I think he saw me. He spit
Casting
through
Hex
blood
is a
and
bonus
teeth.
action.
all right, yeah, and again, the rooms are small enough that it'd be within your move to close to anywhere in
Yeah,
this room.
I
giving him-
apologize
to do
for the
whatever.
joke I said earlier about I don't think we're expecting a lot of fights while we're sleeping.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I think this might have been done specifically for you because of that.
Do we get the benefits of a long rest, or how long into our sleeping did they decide to come and wake us up?
Yes,
Oh, ooh, okay.
Yes,
is-
so I have all my spells back.
it is late enough in the morning that you do.
Thank heaven for small mercies.
That's a big mercy. That's a very big mercy.
I have the same number of hit points and spells in going into this as I did last.
Yes, but she has a lot more spells now,
That is right.
and I can cast Alarm 3 more times. Well, you needed this. We needed all of this.
All right, but we're still at you 22, Boris.
Yeah. First attack's a 28 versus armor class.
Dang. Oh, it's you guys.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
32 versus armor class.
Yeah, definitely.
Is he by chance a fiend or undead?
No, he is.
Can he please, just for this fight,
Yeah,
be a
really.
fiend or an
Wait,
undead?
he didn't set off my alarm spell. What is he?
I
I assume he dispelled magic.
he has a skeleton in him.
I mean, yeah.
I aim for that.
So you're saying he
Right
does
there.
qualify, and I get an additional 2d10 because of.
Wouldn't that be nice if anything that has a skeletal structure? Yeah, that
He's
qualifies as
evil.
an
I call
undead.
him fiend. Does that make him?
I name you fiend, however you identify.
All right.
So twist it up.
Yeah, I need to liberate.
No, you need dice, that's right.
Yeah.
8-siders.
Yes.
Here's 2.
Here's 2.
And there's.
There's 1 back.
You
On
want
the
it?
floor.
Oh, you can't. You dropped the 1 die. You can't read from the table.
No.
It's the nice elven dice with the really squirrely.
I love
like
them.
That keeps
curly
rolling a
Q
9
font.
That was
somehow.
a great Christmas.
It's rolling a 9.
That was a great Christmas gift, David. I love those guys.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you just want the totals, or do you want like?
Give me totals.
Okay.
7. I don't know. It's a total of something.
Well,
4 plus
no.
This guy's doing his stealthy best, thinking, "Yeah, I got this." He can't even see me if he
19
wakes
points
up.
damage for the first one.
3. Ooh.
You do need that.
The
Because
die you turned
Because I
down.
rolled a crit.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Well, there you go. See, he knew what he was offering. Ooh.
There we
That was a much better hit.
Let's see. And
All kinds of math being done.
It's a lot of math.
It is a lot.
36.
Good
Yay.
grief.
And if he's not yelling, I am yelling, "Awake! Assassins! Awake!"
Yeah, I would think that at the very least there would have been like a large exhalation, as that second one
Shortened
hit him.
somewhat
and
as
did-
all his teeth flew.
Yeah, right. Yeah, or he actually felt like one of his ribs come out of his ear or something.
Because 5e mechanics, did you sleep in your armor?
None of you are in your armor.
I don't know. There's
I've
no
never
exhaustion.
not been in my
Because
armor.
5e, you don't get any levels of exhaustion for sleeping in your armor.
I did not explicitly say. I did explicitly say that I rode in my armor, and I never explicitly said I took off my
That's
armor.
very
That
true.
is true, but I'm going to have to assume that you guys got out of your armor to go into bed.
Good. Then I cast psychic damage when he sees me naked.
Actually, I've got a 18 charisma. I think he's just charmed.
Wow. Do I go next?
No, actually,
Paladins, like bards, are charisma casters, and
My
warlocks are
guy's
also
next.
charisma casters.
Nice. Which one of your guys?
I'm looking to see it. I'm rereading the stuff that my guys do just to see if there's any way that he can get any of his better stuff that he can do. But now he's been.
Well, I think since you BS'd us out of our armor, they've got plenty.
Yeah, they just did one fantastic thing. They made us naked in a surprise round we didn't know they got.
All right, so he's up next. Boris, he is attacking you.
All right.
He has is actually as he's turning that way. He took the hit. You can see he has a weapon in both hands.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I
So
bet he's
Hannah,
gonna need it.
what's your current armor class?
As I should be, or as you're making me for some
As
reason?
I'm making you,
It's like what my
because
character sheet
I'm
says.
saying that you're not in armor as you were laying in bed in the castle.
In a hostile castle I've been abusing the lord of. 13, apparently, you dirty cheater.
How do you even do that? How do I remove my
Okay, first one
I
hits you.
don't use D&D Beyond. I just use Excel.
His own calculations. I need my 8-siders back.
No.
You don't have to smack your mic and protest.
Rebellion.
Oh, actually, it's a 6-sider anyway.
Well, then give that back. Mike.
I'm not gonna need it to kill your guys.
All right, and make a Constitution save.
Well, he has to hit me first.
Okay. Well,
No, that's fair. Yeah.
no, he did. I see.
Oh.
I'm rolling damage. He did hit you.
What do you? Oh yeah, you just didn't tell anyone.
Sorry, I thought I did. That's why I was going through the damage. Ooh, he rolls 9 points of damage.
Give
On
me
the first
just a
hit.
second.
Okay.
Okay. So as a reaction, I'm casting Uko's Rebuke.
Okay.
I'll roll your con save. You need to give me a dex save.
All right. Coming up. Dex.
I see your con save and raise you a dex.
15 for my con save.
And yours. You said you rolled a 15?
Yes.
Yes, you made it exactly.
Nice.
So let me see if that's just a half damage. Let me roll those real quick.
Okay, roll your dex save for me.
I rolled a 14 plus 3. I rolled a 17.
Okay, you're also taking half damage.
Okay. So
Lots of dice. This is only one turn. Like, this is second turn in this first round. I'm
half
worried.
damage. You take 12 points of poison damage.
All right, and that was addition into the 9, I'm guessing, piercing?
Yes.
Okay, and you're still a dirty cheater, so I don't have my feet. Um,
You took your feet off too?
apparently, yeah. You do take 8 points of lightning damage.
So that cracks through here. That would like change kind of the visual of the thing. Yeah.
Well, there's a huge flare of light as he's just being electrocuted in vengeance.
I'm still really difficult to hit even without my armor.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
that's because you're dex based.
yeah.
and I'm
he's only to his
armor-based.
second attack. So his second attack against Boris, and he rolls a 19.
Hits.
I'm sorry, actually a 20.
Okay.
That misses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, both would have missed if he wasn't cheating.
You take 6 points of piercing damage
I call hacks.
and another
Look at that. He just no clipped.
another con save.
Yeah, he's been no clipping straight
Yeah.
through my armor.
Yeah, right.
And that was a 14, so I don't think I made that one.
Right, missed it by a teeny little bit. So
Missed it by that much.
that much, yeah. So let me re-roll what
He
this
was
one.
almost going to give us useful information to tell us what the save DC was.
Well, he did. It was 15.
Oh, he just said a little bit, yeah.
Well, he said exactly the last time.
Ah,
Are you going to be using those
yes. I do D8's damage as well.
You take 30
with your in your
Boris,
melee?
30
Oh.
points of poison damage.
Neat.
30?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then that's the end of his round.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I'm snoring away over here.
Well, somewhere in that moment, you're hearing that just that way. So you are in a defensive state. He is attacking you, Jacob, at 20, but it isn't like he's attacking somebody. But according to Assassinate, during his turn, the assassin has advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn. Any hit the assassin scores against a surprise creature is a critical hit. So he has advantage, but not going to be surprised because
Okay.
you're aware of him in that. All right. So his
I call shenanigans.
first attack. Okay.
Too late. Victor already called it.
Yeah, right?
Like
So,
6 times. Yeah.
his name is
Enough.
not Shenanigans, but you called him
His name's going to
Shenanigans.
be Pudding soon.
And what's reroll that one? Just sit on edge. What's your armor class in its current
16.
state? Really? Still?
Yeah. It's a 11 base with the
His
5 from my
first
deck,
attack misses.
I'm just like wiggling in bed like try
It's like
it.
doing a Jackie Chan. It's like there has to be a shopping cart right there, and you're jumping off through it or something. He rolls and it was an 18.
Oh, okay. That hits.
Okay.
That makes it through my wiggles.
You're like, wiggle, ouch. Damage is going to be 6 points of piercing damage, and then give me a con save.
I can roll a con save as soon as I figure out what my plus is. Am I close enough to Boris to get any bonuses for it?
No.
18?
He's not within 10 feet of me.
How close? I would have think I had an adjacent room to Boris. 18
Well, he's
though, on
either
my
adjacent
con.
or across the hall. Either way, that's
10
not
feet
that
is
far.
Yeah, but I imagine it's a grand hallway. It's probably a 10-foot hallway itself. It's a castle.
It's like
Shut up while I help you.
I know.
An 8-foot hallway, so no. But too far away yet.
So I met the guy in the doorway and I'm still not close enough?
18 though on a con.
Okay, so made the save. Me roll the numbers to get the half.
Don't kill me, please. I don't want to die.
14 points is half damage.
Oh, okay. I will still begrudgingly take it, but I will take it nonetheless. All right.
All right, so then also at 20, so I guess it'd have to be a case where you yelling that, I would think that'd be enough to alert Zelen that she's just not snoozing, because you were yelling that like at
The
20,
entire time.
the 22, yeah, and so it's like even at 20, I would think that's enough that he's getting his attack on you with, oh, damn it.
Ha!
Yeah.
Whatever you forgot.
Yeah, he had advantage on his attack rolls, so I should have rolled that first attack again.
Oh.
He didn't get the
Well,
surprise
and
stuff.
then with multi-attack defense, though,
I would have gotten a
you
+4. I would have been at
armor
20.
class.
Yeah.
So you would have missed on the second one anyway.
Well,
I keep on forgetting about multi-attack defense. As soon as I get attacked twice in the same round by the same creature, I have a +4 AC.
wow, yeah, there's so much to remember. All right, so again, you are like startled awake. You hear Boris yelling assassins, and as you're like sitting up, you've been through a lot of stuff. You know that there's somebody here in the room, although it's dark, it's tough to see everything, but this person is attacking you. So what's your armor class without your armor?
14.
Okay, so his first attack rolled at advantage.
Would it make sense that armor only gives me 2 more points?
It's very light armor, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Right.
you're all about the not wearing armor in the first place because one with nature and all that bull. Beep.
You beeped that one a little late.
So he rolls
All that
a
beep.
I said it out of the side of my mouth while I was messing with something on my tablet, so I
he
wasn't
rolls a
thinking about what I was
19
saying.
on his first hit
That's not good.
and hits you. You take 8 points of piercing damage and roll a save versus, or a con save rather.
Uh-oh, that's not good. I
Oh,
rolled a
I guess if-
natural 2.
But if I had the room across the hall, that means she must have had the one right next to
Yeah.
Boris, right?
So she's got a +4 on her saves.
So that gives me a 6.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
no,
you still got to
it's-
add your bonus
Yeah, you
for
still
your
need to
con
add your
save.
con save.
Oh.
I think it's still not going to be enough.
No. Yeah.
Probably makes it like an 8 or a 10, something like that. You see Constitution saving throw somewhere?
Looking.
Saving throws, and then a Constitution.
That number.
Oh. Yours just says con, yeah.
So that's only +4.
10, yeah.
So 10.
Okay, yeah. So you take the full 28 points of damage.
Ouch.
That's
And then
bad.
his second attack roll is going to be a hit. Let me see if he hits even better. The exact same number. So that's another hit. And you take 9 more points of damage.
Another con
And
save, or is
another
that just
con
once per?
save.
Okay.
I've been doing it separate con saves.
Hey, that's better.
11 +4 is 15 +4 is 19.
There you go. Since I feel like I'm doing...
you make it and take 12 points of poison damage.
Like, the only thing going through my head now is, like, one of my first things needs to be is getting close to Boris, because I remember how
Am
much
I
he makes
allowed
me
to do
feel
something?
better.
You will when you get to your round, unless you have a some kind of like a bonus action or your reaction action or
Yeah,
a bonus,
bonus
action.
actions on your turn. Reaction is when prompted by circumstance.
Reaction.
I don't think I have that.
Jacob.
All right, perfect. I am going to... Oh, I guess... Okay, so I would have my melee weapon near me. Where would my bow be? Where is he? He's nearly on top of me at this
Yeah,
point.
right,
isn't he?
like near the edge of the bed. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to bonus
Opportunity
action.
attacks are only when you leave.
I'm going to bonus action disengage from him, and then I'm going to move out of the room, grabbing my bow as I go, and turning back on him when I'm at the door myself and firing at him.
I'm cool with all that.
Cool. 2 shots.
Good, because he's following the rules.
I was gonna say all of that was. I used the right terminology, I assume. 2 shots on him. Hunter's mark bonus. I already used my bonus action. Yeah. I break the rules and test 2 bonus. Okay, so but 2 arrows into his back. One at a 30 and the other one at a 28.
Yeah, they both hit.
Neat. Oh, hey, I actually do need the D8s.
Those priceless D8s.
One does 11. The other one does 14. So 25 points of damage.
Okay, let me do the math.
There you go.
11, what did you say?
14.
14, thanks.
Nice.
Okay, he is still definitely combative, but definitely has 2 arrows sticking in him right now. He is reorienting on you. Zelen at 13.
I cast Blight.
Okay.
more
And
kind of
remind us
a
what Blight does exactly.
That's a
Withering blast.
9d8.
Of what type of damage?
Necrotic.
Necrotic
Necrotic.
damage. Remember that. And he gets a
So
save.
can I have 2?
Con save.
The target must make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Here's a bunch of d8s. How many d8s do you have? You have 7 of your own? I got you.
Oi. He fails his save.
Wow.
Oh, Yahtzee.
Holy
Let's see.
moly.
8 and 8 is 16 plus
At 4.
4 is 20.
got 2
plus
fives, yep.
that's 10.
So 30.
Yeah, plus so that's 40 points of damage.
41.
41 points of damage.
Oh, yes. He takes the 41 points of damage. He is suddenly leprously unhappy.
Yeah, you just
Well, so am I.
Does that
withering the flesh.
does
off
Blight
of him.
just make him like hurt, or does it like move him in any way? Does the write up include like blows him back 20 feet?
Let's see. The target takes necrotic damage. Spells no effect on undead or construct. Non-magical plant that isn't a creature. Level of damage increases 1d8. Nope.
Okay.
Okay. And is there any like effects the next round, or is that it? A one and done?
I think it's a one and done.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a one and done.
Yeah, but I'm very bad.
Yeah. What he did, but his biggest mistake was woke me up.
I mean, I've only got 30 points.
Okay.
Where's my coffee?
Top of the round. You said 30 hit points right now?
I have 30 hit
Yeah.
points.
Top of the round, Boris.
Oh, hey, I need those d8s
all
back.
all the D8s, they're spread all over the place.
Nope, that one's yours. I need the green one, the clear one. Thank you. And one more.
All right. So
And you shouldn't need any more than that.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
be
no,
greedy.
no, yeah.
Okay, he's like staring at me like more. Like the meme of the guy pointing into his own hand.
I didn't see you shuffle out the solid green one.
I
I thought
gotcha.
you still were mixed up. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Usud is moving invisibly around behind him. As a bonus action, I direct Usud to attack the assassin.
okay,
Since we're flanking it, he has advantage.
twist it.
22 versus armor class.
Hit.
That's 6 points of piercing damage, and he needs to make a con save at disadvantage.
Okay. My lower con save is a 16.
Okay, so he takes a further 7 points of poison damage.
So 13 total.
And then,
He's looking really, really bad.
all right, my first attack, and because I'm flanking him with Usud, I have advantage,
Advantage?
is a 30 versus armor class.
Yes, it's almost silly, yeah. Pow.
Spending a second level smite.
I'm trying to picture it. It's like he held still and then kind of leaned into it for you.
All right, and that is 33 points of damage.
Wow.
He's
Yeah,
dead?
and with the, he just goes ass over teacups and flops upside down,
I
hitting the floor.
take a move action to maneuver to the one adjacent to Zelen.
Okay, so you're out of your room and then back into her room.
Zelen's, flanking this one with Zelen. Second attack is a 29 versus armor class.
Definitely a hit.
Spending a second level slot. Ooh,
Splot.
I'm gonna make him splot.
Yes, yeah,
Second level
onomatopoeic
splost. We're
prediction,
gonna-
the onomatopoeia of the
Yeah,
thing.
right. Let's see.
Big math numbers.
Again?
18 points of damage on that one.
Okay, yeah, good
nice.
hit.
And I say, hey, big idiot, attack me instead.
I have a bonus action.
Which
Okay.
bonus action?
Dragon's breath. I can touch one willing creature and imbue it with the power to spew magical energy from its mouth, provided it has one. Acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison. Could I cast that on your
Usud?
on Usud as a bonus action?
Usud's not within your reach because he's still in Myron currently.
And I think you'd also have to take an action to become not visible, or to become visible, right?
Did you
Well,
want to cast it
he
on
is-
yourself and do
He
it?
is visible.
Oh, okay.
It's just a matter with that. That sounds like an area of effect, not a single target.
15-foot cone.
Yeah, so
Right.
you're
So
getting
with
Boris
that,
too.
you'd catch me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was just looking for any bonus actions because
Sure.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
not feeling very good.
So do you try to retreat out of this, or do you press the
Am
fight?
I allowed to do that?
Yeah, you couldn't.
Well,
yeah,
You certainly could.
you just cast your spell. You didn't take your move action.
Yeah. As an action on your turn, when we get back to you, you can disengage, which is the action that prevents you from provoking attacks of opportunity, and then move action to maneuver out into the hall and away from him.
Well, could I have done that at the end of my last turn?
No, you could have moved, but then you would have provoked an attack of opportunity from him and potentially just taken all that damage.
Yeah.
So
So-
I
so-
can't. So he can stab me again because we're totally close together, and there's nothing I can do about that.
You
But
would
he's-
leave his reach, which would provoke an attack of opportunity.
Got it.
Currently, he has a very angry, very powerful Boris cracking him in the back of the head.
So it's
Okay.
it's really likely, but I'll roll this. Still a chance he'd attack you, but it's more likely he'd just attack Boris at this one because
Okay.
that's where the threat
He's-
is. It's
yeah.
about to kill him.
He's got to assess the threat and just say, like, what's more likely to kill me in this moment? The big
Okay.
thing behind me or the small thing in front of me?
Right.
And it's actually a toss-up.
So-
Because you did 38, 36 points of damage?
41.
41.
41 first, yeah. So yeah, he's taken 59 points of damage at this point.
When that
between
guy was
Boris
drawing straws as far as who's going to attack who, he's like, oh, yes, I got the squishy one.
Yeah, right.
If he had gotten a crit with a sneak attack and then that poison, that would have been brutal.
Oh, yeah, no, that would have been...
That would have been
pretty
very
devastating.
Yeah.
effective. So yeah,
All right. So though Jacob, the one that you put 2 arrows into,
don't worry, I'm
He-
sending Usud over his way as soon as I can.
Nice.
so he is moving to engage with you,
Mhm.
and then he's attacking with 2 swords.
Okay.
He provoke an attack of opportunity from anybody?
No, he's just alone in the room at the moment, and then he's alone with Jacob in the hallway. You guys are all in Zellen's room.
Sorry, but worth a shot.
Yeah, man.
And wait, there's a dust mite that's sympathetic to your cause. I flank with a dust mite. All right, so you said your armor class was like a 16 still?
It is, yep.
Okay, so, and you have not attacked this round, so that's his first attack.
No,
on
no,
you,
that's
though.
in
Yeah.
the fight.
Yeah, so,
No.
I've taken a turn. I've taken a turn. They
yeah,
don't
so
get
it's
that.
just a standard attack.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Otherwise, that would mean that every single round, because he ended
I
it
know,
up
I'd
on me.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
that'd be
I would have
awesome.
taken assassin as mine.
Well, and
right.
you've been very free with the rules of this fight anyway.
so he rolls, have I?
Yes.
Okay, he rolls a 16 to
Oh,
hit.
You have to say it explicitly unless it's in the DM's favor. Then you don't have to say it explicitly, and I
see.
can just dictate for your characters.
You take 9 points of damage,
Okay, and then,
and then
another
a
con.
save,
Yep.
con save.
Oh, I'm assuming since I'm now in the middle of this 8-foot hallway, am I close enough to the door of Zellen's room where Boris is standing? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Although I don't think I needed to argue for that. That makes it a 19. But yeah, so. It's a +4
Every-
from you, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every little bit helps.
19.
Because who knows, that DC might have suddenly been 16.
Yeah, right. I
You
shout
take
words of encouragement.
13 damage
Nice.
making the save.
Not nice, but you know,
better than
worse.
26.
could be
yes.
worse. Yeah.
His second attack is
You're a
2
dirty, rotten
better.
scoundrel.
He's hits you with an 18,
I don't
Oh.
think you can cast Vicious Mockery yet.
and
Yeah, I want to.
you
I don't know what I
take
need to do.
8 points of damage.
Oh.
Take the Magic Initiate feat.
Ooh. Oh gosh.
Or
Saving throw.
Oh, that's right.
Fey Heritage. That's the better one.
Oh my gosh. Damage. There we go. Constitution. 12. Uh-oh.
Is that with
That's
my-
with that, yeah.
oh.
I
Yikes.
rolled very low.
Fail. You take 22 points of damage.
Okay. I'm upset.
What are you down to?
47. I was at 69.
Got it.
Nice.
And that was then with Zelen. So let me just see if who he's attacking. And he's attacking Boris.
Correctly.
Yeah, but it would have made very little sense. I shall kill this one before I die. No, let's take out the foe in front
Depends
of
on
him.
how fanatically it is.
All right, so attacking Boris. Who I
Hey,
think
what do
his
they look like? Have we
armor
gotten any?
class was humans.
Okay.
Well, 2
is it-
humans and a pudding.
You get a 13, I believe.
Yeah.
And he rolls a 12 on his first attack. Second attack.
An 11. Oh.
Nice. He rolls a 20.
No, it's not 11 nice. It's 69
So-
nice. You don't.
You take 9.
And he needs a
Oh yeah, Ugo's Rebuke again.
dex save, yeah.
I will. 9 points of damage from the short sword first.
Okay.
My save versus yours. He rolls, and it was a dex save. He rolls an 11 on his save.
Nice, failed it. And that is a 22 on my con save.
Yeah, you definitely made your save. And let's see. Oh, rolled that first one low.
19 points of electricity damage.
Okay. 17, 18. So 12. You take 12 points of poison damage. What, you did 19 points to
You
him?
just said Parmesan damage. I am positive.
Well, Parmesan and vomit do have the chemical in them that make them smell the same. No, seriously, that's an actual tactic for when you're cleaning up vomit. It's not vomit, it's Parmesan. It genuinely makes it easier.
I believe you. Your event staff days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially once you sprinkle Spiltrol on it.
And you took the 22, did I say?
You
the
said
poison?
11.
Oh, no,
I made
yeah.
my save.
Yeah, so yeah, you made the save. Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
no, it was 22 if it was poison. It's only 11 if it's Parmesan.
Well,
And
then
you-
with
but-
the half damage, then it'd be 5.
But then you said
You saved against poison.
19. That's exactly what he had was 19 hit points left.
Oh,
just
wow.
blowed up.
So yeah, you and got cracked by that.
Don't
and
you love
he-
doing perfect math?
He
I
goes
love
down.
it.
All right, so at this point there is just one foe left, and that is the one that is currently on Jacob.
Okay, I am going to try and kill this man before Boris does it for me because I'm a big boy who can take care of himself.
I can make much pointy damage.
Yeah, so I am. Oh, I'm going to again disengage to get it back away from him, and then once I'm like out of melee range for him, more arrows coming at him. So I reach back in my quiver and I'm gonna grab one of the dragon tooth arrows. And
First time?
First time using one of these, I'm gonna fire it at him.
Okay.
Very apropos.
So
apropos.
on a hit, I'll let you know what it does.
All right, cool. Trying to hit him.
Was it an owl fletch
I
dragon
hope it
tooth
does
arrow?
something.
It was
pretty.
not. I had all those already. How's it 23? I don't think I need it. 23 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely got it.
Yeah, honestly,
So,
theoretically, you probably can just shoot in melee. Your plus is big enough that
I know it just doesn't
I was
negate
debating
it.
about firing in melee and still using my action for dodge, just so I would have the disadvantage on him but disadvantage on my thing. I'm like, disengage is just like the same thing.
Like I'm always
regardless.
if you'd use it for the dodge, picture like the guy is right next to you, and during your round, you do this like your legs are planted, your hips just rotate, and you're like, whoa, just
Yeah.
like swinging your whole upper body down, like away from his sword swing as you go.
So yeah, I hit him. What happens?
That dragon tooth does an additional 1d6 point of poison damage.
Good. I was hoping. And with that one extra d6, that does 14 points of damage. 2 of that is poison. If he is, for whatever reason, like very vulnerable to that, I hope. And then the other arrow coming at him again, may as well do another one of those since I have a large number. How's a 15 to hit?
Oh, that hits.
Oh, good.
Exactly.
Kill him,
Jacob.
kill him. 11, 18 points of damage.
Nice hit. He is not dead.
I blocked the doorway so
Jeez.
Boris can't get in.
Actually, I think it's my turn next.
Oh, good. So long as it's not Boris.
Yeah, he is truly hurting. He is in really, really bad shape. But
Is
Yep.
he within 30 feet of me?
yes.
Do we want to question him? Because I'm like,
no,
this out.
I
Never
want to get
mind.
out of here.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Blight again.
And what was the range again?
30 feet.
And that wasn't like an area of effect cone?
Oh, God.
No.
Is it one person?
No, it's one person.
Hey,
Necromantic-
if we need to step outside and settle this, we can.
Necromantic energy watches over a creature of my choice that I
Okay.
can see. Can I see him?
Yes.
Step in the hallway now. Yeah.
And it drains moisture and vitality. It just
Gross.
it's a sucks.
And that was a con save for me. Did you have to do a spell attack for that? Or no, I guess a con save, so it's no. All right. Con save. 6, 7, 8. I rolled an 8 on my save.
And that did not make it.
Like-
I'm fairly sure.
I'm sure it doesn't.
Okay, good. So
Roll your damage.
I was doing my best. I just decided I could rejoin the table.
Yeah, I cracked because Mom cracked.
I cracked because you cracked.
A suck spell.
Well, I almost said when you guys were talking about him BSing to get us out of our armor. I'm like, I've been there.
Okay, that one's in the stinger.
Oh man.
All right, I need some 8s. I need 2 8s.
Here's 2.
Well, I seem to be forbidden from using mine, so
Well, I did need them because I went through and I got my bow immediately. He's dead.
All right, let's see.
yeah.
Yeah, those are
10,
big numbers.
20,
That's 15.
30, 30, 42 points of damage.
35 or 37. This is only 25.
What?
Okay, no, this was a 3 at first. You knocked it to an 8.
No, it was an 8.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Sure?
It was.
Yes.
I'm very sure.
Hey, either way,
Then
is he
20
extra dead now?
30.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is extra
42
dead.
points of damage.
Would
he
that
took,
8 points have mattered?
He took exactly twice what he had. He had 21 hit points left, and he took 42.
Okay, so at
Nice.
least it wasn't like I left him at 2.
No, like it would have taken one more decent hit. All right,
Okay.
so
That's the
that
only
guy
kind of hit I
drops.
can supply.
What you're seeing, the light you're seeing by right now, in the hallway into the rooms, is the light that there's always like lanterns that are going out in that main central stairwell. So you're Jacob, as you hit him those last couple of times when you disengaged from him, you got some distance, and Zelen cast that spell, so he kind of like withers right in front of you. It's got to be a gross thing to see.
It's truly terrifying, and we're really glad that Zelen's on our side.
Yeah,
Really.
I'm thinking what we should probably do in this point is I might cast alarm just on where the only entry port into this hallway is. We run into our rooms, grab our stuff. If you can dimension door us to like the garden outside, and then immediately into the
Into
tree,
a tree
to get out of
and
here.
then to Karn Keldley, yeah.
Let me see if I can do both.
I would
Yes.
hope that you have that. Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, so I'll
Wait a minute. No, I can't dimension all of us. I can only take one person. You telepate
then,
yourself from
then,
your
then
current
take
location.
Boris and I'll yeet out the window.
You arrive at exactly the spot.
How many hit points you at?
47.
You can bring along objects
You
as long
are
as
higher than me by 4.
yeah.
I can only bring one willing creature.
Yeah, so
Grab myself
my
by the neck
size
and
or
throw
smaller?
myself out the window.
Yeah, that just means medium, not height.
Yeah, it doesn't.
okay.
yeah, so yeah, go ahead and
So, you know,
we'll grab
people,
our
not
gear.
horses.
Okay.
Grab our gear. We don't have time to don armor because I think we've
No,
extended
it'd
our
take
welcome.
like a minute, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so at that too, Jacob, while you're the only person out in the hall right now, do a perception roll.
sure. Numbers that end in, not end in, but numbers that start with 2. You said perception?
Yeah.
Why does it say plus ... What in the world?
Something happened last time you leveled up.
Oh, here we go. 25.
Bonus action to restore 11 points of hit point, or 11 hit points to Zelen.
Okay.
Action to restore 45 to myself.
Wow.
Yeah, my full lay on hands. So now you go with her.
Okay.
All right, so then, but Jacob, what you're aware about there is that you know where the guards are posted downstairs. You guys have done some clandestine missions in this
Yeah.
place and whatnot. You know where the guards are.
We have?
No
Oh,
one.
yeah, you guys were just sneaking
Yeah.
through.
Well, and you guys have also gone through like different, back passages and come out of different places and rooms and whatnot. If things haven't changed by their guard rotation that much, no one is coming running. There's been a total row, yelling and whatnot. No one is coming running. It is
Yeah,
still
they-
just quiet as a mouse in the entire
They
place.
definitely don't want us here anymore. Let's get.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right, dimension door with somebody. Whoever wants to come with. I'm out.
It's,
Yeah, I guess it's me.
It's just like a minute, I think, to gather
Hey,
gear.
can I cast Pass Without Trace on you? Would that help?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so I'll cast.
So a
I'll
ton
also-
of pots and pans lands quietly at the bottom.
I'll
of the
cast. I'll cast Pass Without Trace on Boris. Will dimension door.
So are there like trees just like right outside nearby?
There's a tree in the courtyard that they think they've gone through before.
Well,
I just wonder, like, if we look out the window, like where we are.
came in near June Tannels, but like
Oh,
out the
oh.
window, if there's a big enough one for us for the spell to qualify, that's a lot better than having to try and maneuver through the palace. We could just go, out the window.
No, it was cleared back. You recall the first time you had patrols around the castle, you had to go back about 50
Then
feet from the castle for
I
for
think
trees.
you guys do go because I can triple my move and move stealthily, and you can't. I think you guys should dimension door too. If there's a tree within 500 feet, I could probably get there a bit safer than you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll use a bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on him.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah. So now I'm naked, but still really hard to hit.
Yeah, 18 instead
so
of 16.
everyone's
Nice.
like, you've grabbed your packs, whatnot, other equipment, and have your armor in various pieces and whatnot.
We are
and
going to put the armor on the other side of the tree.
Yeah, in the shield as a tray.
And then zone your spell casting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
so I'm going with you and taking up guard while we're waiting for Jacob.
Yeah. So and we've decided like where the tree's going to be. Do we know of one within 500 feet of where we are?
Yes,
presumably.
you probably
Okay.
have, like,
So
focused
we
on it
decide
before.
on that tree. They round that way. I'll
Maneuver through building.
So I whichever window I know I have to go through, I'll jump through that window. I'll eat the damage that I have to take in order to get to the bottom there. But I'm moving at 120 feet per round.
So are you going to go through the building?
Well, no, because we're just going to the courtyard because apparently there's no tree nearby the keep. It's just the one in the courtyard.
Okay, so can I get to the courtyard from the outside of the building? Or do I have to go through the building to get there?
Via things, let me just think about that for 1 second. That yes, by various ledges and climbing whatnot, you could get there.
Most efficiently.
Yeah, no. If I'm trying to get there.
It'd be less efficiently.
Okay, no, I will go the most efficient way because I can run and I can move stealthily while I do so.
Okay.
And I cast that thing to make you
Pass
be.
that trace.
That's what the
there you
thing
go.
I cast.
Okay.
I am very stealthy
Yeah,
and,
you're
and very
armored and sneaky.
reasonably hard to. I'm like the
And
the greased up
stand
death
guard.
guy.
I'll stand guard while you put your armor on because your armor makes
It'll
more
take me a
difference.
minute.
Yeah, no, it's, yeah,
Oh, that's too long.
yeah, no.
Okay, a minute seems so short.
Yeah,
It's
until
10
you realize
rounds.
it's
Except in
10
game,
rounds.
yeah,
Yeah.
all kinds of happens.
Okay. Do you want a stealth roll while
Yeah,
I
go ahead and roll that just so we
book
we
it?
know going out.
30?
Yes. So it is that it's just crazy as, moving through, like, by your clandestine efficient route, that when you are free and clear of it, you didn't see one person in or around the castle. It's as though everyone has been pulled off duty. And then for you guys on the outside, now that's as far as like, invisibly in the hallways, who knows where they are exactly. And then you guys, you appear outside there. And within, just moments, it's like seconds, like, and he's zoosh, and the flash comes running up. And since
You guys
he
appear.
doesn't
You guys
have his armor
teleport there
on,
in an instant. And you're like, "Where's Jacob?" I'm like, "I'm up here." Am I already in the tree? Like,
he maybe is the Flash. And so,
Well, until he puts his armor
but
on.
he puts his armor back on, yeah.
yeah, right.
And then, so you've now rendezvoused, and then it's about like in a minute's time from the time you guys ended the combat, or a minute from the time you guys were exiting the room, now the sounds like alarms going up. People are yelling. There's
Let's get outta
hollering on.
Yep. Transport plants.
To Carnkel.
I mean, transport with plants.
Garnsdale Park, where we were fighting the Razu wizard.
Oh, yeah. Where the yeah.
Got it.
All right, so
Isn't that where the tower landed?
you cast that. Yeah, there's the Garnsdale Park was the original Druid circle, like in hiding, and you guys go through and you jump through to Carnkeldley.
Dave Marin, we heard you shouting all the way from episode 10. Keep listening. Setting fires to forests becomes kind of a thing. Thank you, Dave, and all of our listeners. Support us where you listen by giving us the top rating scores. Tell a friend to listen. Everything's better with friends. Subscribe at subscribestar.com/the-empires-edge.
And that's staying exactly like that. That is exactly how it's going to go.